Just look at the human that looks like a child.
Yeah. Are there any porn trends that you think are too weird?
Oh,
like any stepsister thing, like the sister brother thing?
Well, I feel lucky that we don't have to do that.
Well, I feel like I get approached a little bit more like as in the MILF category, so I feel like they want me to do like mommy talk and stuff like that, and like I'm definitely.
Man, what is that? I might be into that. What's that?
Do some of that. Give us an idea.
No, like talk about like my mommy milkers and stuff like that. Like, and I'm kind of not into that.
What the fuck? They're saying during the porn, please use the term mommy milker.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't think you would like that.
And like they want like your breasts to be like fed to them, and it's like weird.
Because your mom's Scottish. So
Yeah. It's just the accent would throw me off. Like to hear my mom talking about her mommy milkers like that. Have you had your milk today? Hey, your bones are strong, aren't they? Well, at least one of them is.
Oh my God.
I feel like watching Game of Thrones right now.
My mom's gonna watch this. That's the crazy thing.
God.
She watches them all.
Oh, man.
She does. It's crazy.
Do you guys do any studio scenes or is it all OnlyFans stuff?
We did one.
We did one for Pornhub, and I think a director from Brazzers shot it. And after that day, especially because you got cum in my eye, like directly in my eye, I was like, I am not built for this shit.
Why didn't you blink?
That's what we always do.
Don't fuck this up. Don't close your eyes. Look pretty. And then he just like, it stays red for like many days, and it hurts. Like, I can't even explain how bad it hurts.
We're
it's
driving
like
from
stinging.
From
Does he
downtown
use
LA.
a salty nutter?
It's just everyone's
Yeah, what
nut,
kind-
I feel
what
like, would
flavor
hurt
I
that
got?
bad.
Yeah.
We're driving back from
Weed
downtown
flavor.
LA.
Weed?
In fucking dead stop traffic, and her eyes are so red because I had busted a nut on her face, got some in her eye, and then they're like, "No, stop!" And they're like filming it from all different angles and taking pictures.
And there was an
shit.
outro after the cum shot. We had to do like more acting.
No.
I really should have not came in your eye for that one. That would have
Or any of them ever again.
Yeah, sorry.
Wait, why didn't you try to do it so it just splatters across the whole face and not just directly in the eye? That seems more crazy.
I was kind of in a rush to get
Is
it
that
over
crazy?
with. They had us fucking on this blue couch that was like super low, so it was almost impossible to get a good position on it. And then there was a lot of like lint, like my dick. I was almost seeing like balls of little blue.
And then
lint.
you would put it in my mouth, and all the carpet pieces would be like in my mouth.
No.
Yeah, I like had a hard time being in just the sex.
Can you
that
break
day.
from that and like fix it? Like fix the lint situation?
Well, I feel like
There's
if
a
it
lot
was
of
my
breaking.
own set, I would be like much more comfortable, like being like, okay, let's do this and do this. But when someone else is directing you, you're kind of like, oh, I don't want to piss off the director, and I just want to get this done. Let's, you
And
know.
you're like this, that the scene, the idea was that I was interviewing this other porn star, and then Lena snuck in and was giving me head under the table.
While he was doing the
That's fire.
It's a good idea,
That's a
right?
great idea.
Now, in reality, when you have a table and you have a chair, they don't really like match them up size-wise so that there will be enough room to give a head. So she experienced multiple concussions from that.
She's just smashing her head.
Coom, 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 and it was just like, and she's having to do it good for on camera, right? And it's
Yeah,
like,
you
it's
have to look really
really
excited.
difficult. And I'm like opening up under there to like try to make it, it was
I really respect people who
it really
shoot studio porn.
turned us off to doing sort of like scenes on
And they're
other
like,
people's
what
time,
other
you know?
positions you guys got in you? We need 5 minutes of each position. And I'm like, and they want like 5 or 6 positions. I'm like, you want us to have sex for fucking 50 minutes?
Yeah.
And like do pile driver and shit? No.
No, fuck all that. Back.
Nobody,
Right? Back. Like,
Pillow princess.
what
That's
we
it.
make from
I'm
the
Pillow
average,
Princess.
what we make from the average plug talk scene is so much more than anybody would ever.
what do you
pay
guys
us.
make on Plug Talk?
Many, many hundreds of thousands of dollars a month.
I believe
She
that.
hates when I talk about it, but
But
you know,
I think
I'll
it's
give
good
you
to
that
get it
much.
out there.
But the fact that like nobody's gonna pay us, 50, 60, 70 grand to do a fucking porn scene for them. So it's like we're kind of priced out of doing stuff for anybody else anyway.
And after girls do those scenes, do their OnlyFans bump?
Yes.
And that's why they're like super down to do it.
That girl Sky Bree, we signed her, and her revenue went up 100 times what it was on OnlyFans.
She was already doing OnlyFans, fucked with you guys.
Yep.
And where'd you guys find her?
So she was a fan of No Jumper, right?
Okay.
And then when we started doing the Patreon, which is kind of like light plug talk, where we'll like interview OnlyFans girls and they take their titties out, shake their ass, whatever, and have this like sexually charged conversation, whatever. But it's not, we don't do any sex stuff.
Right.
She just fucking hits up my guy who was booking it, doesn't mention that she had already been DMing me for like years and years. And then she comes in, does the whole fucking interview, And by the end of it, I'm convinced, like, I got to tell Lena about this. We got to manage this girl because she made it perfectly
She was
clear
working
that
at
she was down.
Target. Like I couldn't believe that someone this hot was working at Target for like 3 years.
Yeah. And then she came out.
Why not be like a bottle service girl or something?
She was from Pennsylvania. I don't know what kind of town she was working with.
Like clubs or whatever.
Nobody had realized her beauty yet at that point, I guess.
Really? So were you at all like jealous at first when she's like DMing
It was the first time he came home to me and was like, "This girl's hot. We need to sign her." So I think at first I was kind of like, "Oh, this is like a weird conversation to have."
Yeah.
But then I was also able to like put that aside and be like, "Okay, this is a good business move." And then we built out the contract. We flew her out. And I don't know. I've always liked the idea of like coaching a girl through so that she doesn't make a bunch of stupid mistakes, fall into like, there's all these OnlyFans like agency type people. They're like, well, we'll run your accounts and we'll take 50% and whatever.
Oh, wow.
So it's like, if I could guide a girl who obviously had a lot of potential and is very successful in proving herself in that way, like to not be making those mistakes.
But I come home at like 8 p.m. telling her about this hot 22-year-old I met, and she's covered in baby puke, and she's just like, can we maybe talk about this later?
I was just like, okay, I'm feeling really ugly right now.
You got to pick your times to talk about stuff. But at this point, I feel like she's so toughened up to it that our rules are kind of so set in place that it doesn't really bother her that much,
Well, that's what are the rules in the scene? Is there a rule? Like,
Don't fall in love with them.
yeah, I mean,
but can they get the nut?
What do you mean? Like can he come on them?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
If
care.
they take the nut, then it's like she's just gonna swoop in and lick it off like a seagull anyway. So
I'm gonna run to the bathroom and spit it out.
nah, but I mean, that is kind of the thing is like, even if in a normal threesome, if you and your girlfriend have a threesome, then you really need to fuck your girl more than the other girl, right? But like when we're doing plug talk, it's kind of like she's in every scene. So it's kind of like more important that we highlight the other girls. So there is kind of like a balance.
Like the guest.
Yeah.
There's a balance, but it works out.
Is that the future? You guys managing a bunch of these girls? I mean, that seems like an incredibly lucrative business that you guys are.
It takes a lot of time though. Like you got to spend your time scouting and then doing the investing and promoting them and everything.
And then you never know if they're gonna dip out. But it forces you to have this like really analytical mind state about how much money a girl could make, because it's like a girl who can make 10 or 20,000 off OnlyFans is kind of like easy to find. To find a girl who can make like multiple hundreds of thousands a month is a little bit more difficult. So it's like, in your normal life, I'm sure you find a wide variety of women hot, right? But it kind of like forces me into the mentality of like really looking at a girl and trying to figure out what guys would think of them, which is it's fucking weird.
But also it's like for me, because I'm the one who's most communicating with the girls, like I need her to be like smart. Because I'm not gonna like teach her every last little thing about this is how you use the like button on social media, or like, hey, go shoot content, and then she's like doesn't do it. It's like I don't want to babysit.
She also has to be like emotionally stable. Like a lot of girls that are in this business don't have that, and then you're dealing with their emotions and you're managing them. They could be out doing drugs. They could be fucking with random dudes.